What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video in the Vietnam series, 58,000 Lives, a tribute to the fallen. We've not done a video in a little while. I was going to do one back to back when I did one, I think, 2 weeks ago, but the internet kind of went pooey, and it took me like 4 days to upload that video. If it would have uploaded in an hour like it used to, I would have made another one the next night. But I got really frustrated with that. So hopefully this one goes faster. If not, who knows when it'll be. But we are going to start off like we always do. We'll explain a little bit about what we're doing, and sorry about the mess back here. And we're going to tell you where we're at and all that stuff on the list and how far I've wrote ahead of myself. There is 58,200. Oh, I gotta get my paper out. I got my statistics on it. There's 58,256 names on the Vietnam Wall Memorial. I'm doing 20 names per video. That's 2,912 videos. So it's going to take us a while to do this. I read a name, I show you a picture, we talk a little bit about them, and then give them a moment of silence and thank them for their service. And then any special stories that need more than a 30-second read, we put check marks on that we're going to do on future podcasts. That's pretty much it. We're on video 32. I'm sorry, I can't see my eyes because of the glare, but I can't see if I take my glasses off. Anyway, we're on 620, number 620, 620th person, and I'll tell you how far I wrote ahead. I just wrote down number 945, so I'm a good ways ahead of myself. So I'm on 945 of 58,256, but at video 32, we're on 620, which will take us to 639 or 640. I can't remember how to do it. Let's see. I think I stopped at 639, right at 640. Yeah, I stopped at 639, so 620 to 639. If you count those individually, that's actually 20. But let's get with it. If there's any pictures in between, because it's been so long since I've done videos, I show y'all funny pictures that I save on my phone, anything that's appropriate anyway. And that's pretty much it. We will get rolling with it, and these guys deserve everything because they're Vietnam War heroes. They sacrificed their life so we may be free. So we're going to give them recognition that they deserve. So let's start right off with number 620. Let's just do 20 tonight, and hopefully the video will load faster, and I can do another one tomorrow. I'm reading from my book. Here's what the book kind of looks like. I got a little bit of a paragraph on each one. Some I can't find any information. Some I got a little bit. Some I got a lot. Just all depends on what I can find on the internet. I use like 4 different main sites. I can explain that too. I go to I start off on Google Books, which has all of the names. Well, yeah, Google Books has all the names. I write down their name, and then I go to the walloffaces.com, which has their picture and their information. Then I go to findagrave.com, type their information in. That's usually when I get everything. If not, I go back to Wall of Faces. If I can't get it there, I just kind of load it into Google, and I usually end up with like honor states, Together We Serve. There's a bunch of different websites that will give information, and I go through 8 or 9 or 10 of them until I can't find anything. But that being said, let's go right into Private First Class Freddie Lee Allen. He was born May 20th, 1947 in Ferriday, 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 Louisiana. I think that's how you say that. He died June 29, 1967. He was 20 in Quang Tri, Vietnam. I think Quang Tri is probably the number one out of all the ones I've wrote. He served with A Company, 3rd Platoon, 2nd Battalion, 35th Infantry, 25th Infantry Division. The information I got on his death was he died from a frag, which is a grenade on a perimeter defense position. He's on panel 22E, line 82 of the Wall Memorial, which is in Washington. I recommend you go when you're standing in front of the Lincoln Memorial. Everybody knows what the Lincoln Memorial is, right? Faces the, you get the reflecting pond, and it faces the Washington Monument. But when you're standing there looking at Lincoln at the steps, go to your right, follow the path around, and it's right there. I'll tell you where to find them each time. Let's give PFC Freddie Lee Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. See, I have bunches of them on my phone, but sometimes there'll be random photos in there that I take. I do a lot of social media influencing, so there's a lot of videos and stuff. Okay, let's do 621. This is PFC Gary Allen. And no, not the country singer. He was born April 6, 1949 in Winewood, Wynnne, Winewood, Oklahoma. He died April 26, 1969. He was 20 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He served with K Company, 3rd Battalion, 1st Marine Division. I have a little bit of a paragraph on this one. On a search and clear operation, they set up a defensive position. A detail was sent out to bring back water. They were about a half-mile away when they heard 2 to 3 81mm mortar rounds fall near the company's position. They abandoned their mission and rushed back to the position. They arrived and found 2 Marines, Carter, aka Sticks, and Allen, died by explosive rounds. So that's crazy that they would have been those 2 guys, or I don't think it said 2 guys. It just said a detail. So the detail survived. He's on panel 26W, line 51 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Gary Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is Private Gary Charles Allen. He was born December 22nd, 1945 in San Francisco, California. Died March 4th, 1966. He was 20 in Quang Ngai, Nagai, Vietnam. He served with G Company, 2nd Battalion, 7th Marine, 1st Marine Division. He was in Operation Utah. They conducted a helicopter assault and then took up a night position. Allen was killed from multiple frag wounds from an enemy explosive device. He's on panel 5E, line 97 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Private Gary Charles Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. There's another Gary Allen. There's 2 more Gary Allens. This is PFC Gary John Allen. Popular name. Born October 18, 1947. I have a question mark, which means I didn't have a place of birth, so I go to Homer Record, which is on the faces, the wall of faces. It's got their Homer Record when they died, which is Hanover, New Jersey. I at least give that so you know an area where they was enlisted at or where they claimed to be home. He died November 9, 1968. He was 21. He served with C Company, 3rd Battalion, 8th Infantry Battalion, 1st Brigade, 4th Infantry Division. I had no info on his death. He is on panel 39W, line 39. I don't have very many of the same number, like 40, 40, 41, 41, 39, 39. I think it's happened 3 or 4 times out of 623. He's on 39W, line 39 of the Wall Memorial in Washington, D.C. Let's give PFC Gary John Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is Warrant Officer Gary Lee Allen, aka Pop. Gary Pop Lee Allen. It won't say it on here, but that's where I get from the information when I'm doing their stuff. He was born January 9, 1937 in Hutchinson, Kansas. Now, there's a question mark. If I had not so many and I had way more time, I would write down stuff like what they did in school, what they did, what were they known for. Sometimes it gives stories about they were an honor student, things like that. I have no time for any of that, or I would do that as well. But you can look these names up on findagrave.com and type in the date they were born, or the year they were born, the year they died, and you can look them up. There's always some good information on them. Let's see. Hutchinson. Oh, that's because that question mark. He was born in Hutchinson, Kansas. Died May 12th, 1968. He was 31. He served with D Company, 229th Assault Battalion, 11th Aviation Group, 1st Cavalry Division. An OH-13 was hit by an RPG. Then the AH-1G was shot down. He was the co-pilot. Um, I wrote 4 pilots. So I guess 4 pilots died. Oh, I wrote he was the pilot. Okay. Hold on. He was the pilot of the OH-13 that was hit by an RPG. Then an AH-1G that was in their group was also shot down. They killed the co-pilot. Okay, I'm getting somewhere now. He's on Battle 58E, Line 29 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Warrant Officer Gary Pop Lee Allen a moment of silence. Thank him for his service. All right, this is PFC Gerald William Allen. Now, I just thought of something. I would do these on my phone, and then I wouldn't have to worry about the internet, and this stuff would load fast. But the pictures are saved on my phone. So what I'm going to do is, if for some reason this internet will not let me do the videos fast enough, I will find a way to put these pictures on an iPad or something like that and do it using my phone. I would rather do that because the phone I can upload it in no time using my data, but for some reason the internet here is not wanting to work. But anyway, this is PFC Gerald William Allen, born September 12, 1946 in Sydney, New York. Died February 24th, 1968. He was 21 in Vietnam. He served with A Company, 2nd Battalion, 7th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division. Died from hostile artillery mortar fire. Now there is 2 deaths, majority of everybody, and that's artillery, mortar, aka the same thing, grenade. Those are all listed in the same fragmentation, or small arms fire. Almost 90%. And then there's some random ones that were shot down, things like that. And then there was some friendly fires. But he's on panel 41E, line 6 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Gerald William Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay. Where am I at here? There we go. This is. What did I write? The back of 2 pages. I've made a mistake, y'all. A big mistake. What I'm going to do is here's the mistake I made. Did I make a mistake? No. Okay. For some reason, I thought I was doing the back sides of the pages, but I have went that far. Okay. For some reason, I was like, what am I doing? I'm on the back of the page. I should be at the front of the pages. Sorry. I thought I made a mistake, and I caught myself. So I really didn't. I just was afraid I did it for a minute. Okay. Let's forget I said anything after talking about Gerald Allen. Let's forget anything I said. All right, let's roll right into the next one. This is HM3 Granville Joel Allen Jr. I don't know what I was thinking there. I was thinking I screwed up big time. He was born November 2nd, 1947 in Fairfield, Alabama. Died May 23rd, 1968. He was 20 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He served with G Company, 2nd Battalion, 7th Marine, 1st Marine Division. En route to their ambush site, they made contact with the enemy. As a result, he was killed. That's all it said. I don't know how. He's on panel 66E, line 6 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give HM3 Granville Joe Allen Jr. a moment of silence. Let me thank him for his service. I like this guy's name, this next one. This is Corporal Gus Allen. Oh, Gus. Born May 12, 1944 in Atlanta, Georgia. Died July 23, 1970. He was 26. Dien Hue, Vietnam. He served with A Company, 2nd Battalion, 560th Infantry, 101st Airborne. He was at Firebase Ripcord, waiting on a transit helicopter to take him to his company in the jungle. The base came under mortar attack, he died from multiple frag wounds. He received 2 Bronze Stars. He's on panel 8W, line 45 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Corporal Gus Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is PFC Henry Gerhardt. Henry Gerhardt Allen. Gerhardt. Born June 6, 1949, a day after I was born, but a year is different. I was born in June 5th, 1983. June 6, 1949, in Germany. See his home record's Phoenix, Arizona, but he was born in Germany. He died November 24th, 1969. He was 20. Quang Tri Vietnam. He served with B Company, 1st Battalion, 61st Infantry Regiment, 1st Brigade, 5th Infantry Division. Ooh, those are tongue twisters. He died from multiple frag wounds. He's on panel 16W, line 113 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Henry Gerhardt Allen a moment of silence. Thank him for his service. Okay, this is Major Henry Lewis Allen, a.k.a. Hank or Tiger. So that was his nickname, Hank or Tiger. Major Henry Lewis Allen. He was born September 21st, 1943 in Daytona Beach, Florida. He died March 26, 1970. He was 26 in Laos. I always say that wrong. Laos. So, Laos. He was the 56th Special Operations Wing. He was the pilot of he was a pilot of the Cessna Bird Dog Observation Aircraft. 01 on an observation mission. Contact was lost. Remains never recovered. So he was flying a reconnaissance Cessna. And the contact was lost, so they don't know if he crashed or not. He was never... That one deserves a check mark. When I'm going to do these check marks is also... How do I not have a pen? Oh, here we go. I'm also going to go into more detail. I'm going to look more into it the best I can. That's a sad story. He's on panel 12W, line 44 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Major Henry Lewis Hank Tiger Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Yes, my tongue is blue. I am drinking a blue raspberry slush. Okay, this is Sergeant Herbert Marshall Allen. Was born October 27, 1945 in Bluefield, West Virginia. He died June 19, 1968. He was 22. Quang Tri Vietnam. He served with H&S Company, 1st Battalion, 1st Marines, 1st Marine Division. During combat operations in Operation Charlie Scotland II, or Charlie Scotland II, they were hit by 82 millimeter mortar. He died from unknown explosion. He's on panel 56W, line 31 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Sergeant Herbert Marshall Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. What am I doing here? Dang, did we already do that many? I didn't realize 20, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Holy crap. I didn't realize we were moving that fast. I guess we are. Okay, this is PFC Hervey, not a Harvey. Hervey with an E. Hervey Harris Allen. Never heard that first name. Never heard it. Hervey. Like, I want to make it like Kirby. Born November 28, 1948 in Lawrenceburg, North Carolina. Died May 31st, which is my brother's birthday. 1967, he was 18 in Quang Nam, Vietnam. He served with C Company, 1st Battalion, 12th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Cavalry Division. He died from small arms fire. He's on panel 21E, line 20 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC Hervey Harris Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is Staff Sergeant Howard Lloyd Allen. He was born January 10th, 1931 in Pearl, Illinois. He died December 21st, 1965. He was 34 in Vietnam. He served with A Company, 1st Battalion, 16th Infantry Regiment, 3rd Brigade, 1st Infantry Division. Say that 5 times fast. Died from multiple frag wounds. I see why we're going so fast. It's because these don't have a lot of information. He's on panel 4E, line 32 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Staff Sergeant Howard Lloyd Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. And usually these videos are 45 minutes, and we're only 20 minutes in, and we only have 5 more to go. See, I knew something was going fast. It's just they just are today. Okay, this is Corporal Jack Lee Allen. Got that high top going. Born June 28, 1947 in Indianapolis, Indiana. Died January 12, 1967. He was 19. In Binh Dong, Vietnam. I always love, that's my favorite one to say, Binh Dong. He served with A Company, 1st Battalion, 26th Infantry Regiment, 1st Infantry Division. Died from multiple frag wounds. He's on panel 14E, line 13 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Corporal Jack Lee Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Now, any of these that win Silver Stars or Medal of Honor, things like that, I screenshot them because they're usually a long, long list, and we read those together. I have not seen them. I don't have any this time. That's probably why it's taken longer. Faster. Usually I have 1 or 2, and we read those together. I have no clue what they say, so you get a live reaction from me. But we haven't had any of these in this one. See if you go over to. I'm trying to see if I go into the next video. I don't have any. Oh, I can just look at my list. Let's see, because I usually have photos mixed in with the. Yeah, in the next video we have one that's got one of those where you read from the photo. So. Okay, so it'll be in the next video. Okay, this is PFC, Private First Class, James Harlan Allen, aka Buster. He was born August 29, 1952. He died, in Arkansas. Where? Perryville. Okay. He died March 30th, 1971. He was 18 in Vietnam. He served with B Company, 1st Battalion, 11th Marine Regiment, 1st Marine Division, 3rd Marine Amphibious Force. No info on his death. He's on panel 4W, line 93. Now, when I get to the end of this list, if I don't have time to move on to another war, I'm going to go back to all these that had no info and find some freaking info. Did I say he was on panel 4W, line 93? Let's give PFC James Harlan Buster Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Now, the picture of this next guy looks so good that it looks AI. I know it's not. But this is some high quality picture for, let's see. It was between 1949, so around mid-60s. This picture looked like it was taken yesterday. This is Private First Class James Joseph Allen. Now look at this picture and tell me. That's a high quality picture. Doesn't that not look fake? Oh, look at his date of casualty. It's my birthday. PFC James Joseph Allen, born November 3rd, 1949 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Died June the 5th, 1968. He was 18. Quang Nam, Vietnam. He served with 1st Marine Division, 27th. Oh, I do have a photo. 27th Marine Regiment, 1st Battalion, C Company. See photo for his letter to his mom. Ooh, so we do have a read. Okay, so he wrote a letter to his mom. I'm going to read it real quick. PFC James Allen Jr., 18th son of Mr. and Mr. James Allen Sr. of, I'm not going to give his information of where he lived, Kingston. Okay. He attended Edison High School, enlisted in April 1967, went to Vietnam February. He died June 5th of a gunshot wound to the head during the battle. Tell my mom not to worry. PFC Allen recently wrote his father. I was trained to protect myself. I know training will help if God calls me, but until he does, I'll do my best. Surviving besides his parents are his brother Robert, 16, and 3 sisters, Miss Madeline Machucci, Mrs. Patricia Cordell, and Mrs. Frances Stewart. Semper Fi Marine. That's crazy. So I did have a read. So when you put those reads in there, it takes a little longer. He's on panel 60W, line 14 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC James Joseph Allen, which God did call him, a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. Okay, this is PFC James Lewis Allen. Until we're in the Allens for a while. He was born April 7, 1945 in Welsh, Louisiana. Died November 6, 1945. He was 20. In Gia Vietnam. He served with H&H Company, 2nd Battalion, 8th Cavalry, 1st Cavalry Division. During Operation Longreach, when they engaged hostile forces, they lost 26 men. James died from a gunshot wound to the stomach. Ooh. He's on panel 3E, line 22 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give PFC James Lewis Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service. All right, this is the last read of this video. This is Staff Sergeant James Otis Allen. And hopefully I can get this to load fast so I can do another video tomorrow. He was born September 28, 1938, question mark, Indianapolis, Indiana. Died February 20th, 1966. He was 27. He served with C Company, 1st Battalion, 5th Cavalry Regiment, 1st Cavalry Division. The Viet Cong struck Camp Radcliffe with a very well coordinated attack, even though they failed to destroy any signal vans or communication equipment. 5 signalmen died. He's on panel 5E, line 53 of the Wall Memorial. Let's give Staff Sergeant James Otis Allen a moment of silence. We thank him for his service, and we thank all of them for their service, and all the ones ahead we have to do, and all the ones we've read behind. I'll see you on the next video, guys. If you have any family members that have someone that died in Vietnam, whether their last name starts with A or a Z, they can follow along, subscribe, like, comment, share, get all that good stuff out there so more family members can see this. Just go to my where it shows your videos. They are sorted. I have them sorted as Vietnam Wall. I have it as Memorial A. So once I get the B, they'll be in the B. So whenever you're looking for a family member, you don't have to look through all 2,600 videos. You can just go in alphabetical order and kind of gauge, like if it's a B, you know, it's in the top tier. So it's easier to find your family member. I know I should make you watch all of them, but that's not fair to anybody. But anyway, I'll see you on the next video. I'm going to go see if the sucker will load. Thank y'all.